Hello and welcome once again. This is Trev Landscapes. So welcome to this driveway project that we have recently completed. This was a very big project for us, which was very much taxing in terms of the input that we had to put in. But our project plan was, first of all, ground clearance, which was going to involve removing slabs where we were going to repurpose those slabs at the back. This will be the next project we will show you. Then after that, we were going to level the ground at a gradient to allow water to flush down. Then we would have to start laying soon after that. So these are like planks, granite planks, 40 millimeter, very beautiful stone, and also very strong enough for cars to drive on, since this is a driveway. Then after that, it would be cleaning. Then after that will be the finishing with the grouting, as well as sorting out the edges. As you can see along the way, the edges were chipping away because of what we were doing there. So we had to sort out those edges using asphalt. So that was this project in summary. So we hope you enjoy this one, and thank you ever so much for watching our videos. Please remember to click on that subscribe, like, even comment, so that we can see your feedback and tell us how we are progressing. But we really are enjoying these projects. Once again, thank you ever so much. This is from us to you. So here, as you can see, we are trying to remove the gate. We realized at that point that our dumpers that we were going to use to take the material to the back were a little bit wider than the access that we already had. So we had to take out the gate so that we had enough room for the dumper to just about squeeze through. So there you go, we have just done the gate and it's going out to the back, and that really will give us enough space for the dumper. You don't want to go that way. Now at this point we were just trying to sort out the ground. The old slabs, it looks like they had this 4-point slabbing where they just put mark on 4 corners and lay. So we had to remove those ones because the ground had to be very level. But the good thing about this was, which was a massive advantage for us, they actually compacted it so well with MOT hardcore. So our ground, to be honest, was almost at the level that we needed. It was just around the center of the ground where we had the depression, so we had to move the hardcore a little bit to the center just to level it nicely. But the gradient was good, the ground was very compact, so we just had to remove these concretes that we are putting in the dumper now. But it was a massive advantage for us in terms of time. So there you go, there you go. I was behind the camera, so it looks like I wasn't working, but we were doing the camera shots in between, so someone had to do the job. But I was really sweating as well with the boys. Right, just about this time, you can see we realized that our ground, considering the 40 millimeter plank that we were going to lay, was almost right on point in terms of the depth that we were going. So that's what I'm discussing there with my colleague, just showing him what we intended to do there. So the ground there was pretty much there. It was just about 60 millimeter, which would have at that end given us enough for the mark to go under the slab, including the slurry. So I was just mentioning there, let's just smoothen it, because we were right there on point. But as you can see, we were also at this point pushing a little bit more to the center, because the ground was very much level, but the center, it had some sort of depression, which we noticed. That's why we were kind of pushing a little bit more to the center to level the ground, just before our own compacting as well. But look at it, the ground was very much level, it was compact as well. So we were kind of 10 times ahead in terms of the project plan. So these are the planks that were on pallets. Unfortunately, we had to push them back so that we could work on the ground that they were on. So it was a bit of dragging from one point to the other, but whilst doing that, it was also digging into the ground, which we had to sort later on. But the most important thing was to move them, so that day one we had cleared all that we needed to clear right on time. So there you go. Our colleague came to pick up the rubble. The ground was ready and he was picking up the rubble as well, and we had those 4 bags of sharp sand ready for us to start laying. But after this there was a lot of compacting as well, which we had to do. But this he is taking away was all the broken concrete and the base which was used for the slabs, which we didn't have any place to put. So yeah, that was good, and the progress at this point was kind of slightly ahead of schedule, so we were really looking good on this. There you have it, guys. We were almost halfway through at that point. So we were using 4mm spacers, and in summary, the job at this point was mixing our mortar, which was 4 parts to 1, laying the slab, but we had to put a priming slurry on the slab so that it bonds well with the mortar. And also we were leveling, checking our levels as we were working through. And also, as you can see right there, we had this string line which we were using to control the line from end to end. So we were working one person from the other end, the other one from the other end. The string line at a spirit level as well, so it would show us how the ground was sloping. And for us, it was meant to be flushing water away from the house towards the road which had the drainage. So those things were really important for us to be checking along. But this was really a difficult job in terms of, as you can see right there, the kneeling we had to do, and the up and down you had to do with picking up the material back on the knee pad and continuing with the work. It was hard, but it's nothing new to us. We are used to this. We just had to focus and continue. But yes, it was hard work, but around this time we started to see exactly how the project will look at the end. So the other thing that we had to do towards the end of the job is to do the cuts. So as you can see, I'm marking out the lines, trying to see if we can slot in those small cuts. So it was just by measurement, looking at how the line is flowing, then mark the lines, then cut them. So that was quite a heavy disc that I had to use there, and a grinder, but because of the thickness, the 40 millimeter, my small grinder could not work on this one, so I had to use this big one. But it did the job. It ended up being the porcelain disc that I had to use with this big grinder, but it did cut well. I'd used the disc before, so it wasn't as sharp as it was supposed to be, but it still delivered, so I was very pleased with it. Now we were at the end. This was the time to start the cleaning. So excess grout and all the dirt which was on the slabs, we had to jet wash them just before applying the grout. So there was this laborious task of cleaning up the slabs. As you can see, it wasn't too much of a big job, but we had to clean up before applying the grout, because some of the lines, grouting lines, they had a bit of dirt in them. We were working on the slabs whilst we were working sometimes, so that some of them were filling up with sand and all that dirt. So we had to jet wash, clean, and make sure everything was sparkling clean before applying the grout. So this is what I was doing now. It was quite a long day on that day, and as you can see, it was getting dark, but I just had enough time to do the jet wash and be ready for the grouting. So this is the grouting process where we chose the sweeping grout, where you just sweep it into the grouting lines, and you just need to make sure when you're sweeping in you press a little bit more so that it fills in nicely into the gaps. So that's what I was doing there, sweeping in the grout. We chose the black color, which was recommended by the stone supplier because they knew it worked very well with the color of the stone. So this is it. It was just a sweeping grout. It looks easy, but believe me, it feels, you can feel it on your back just pushing around the broom like that. But it was a much easier job compared to what we had done before and what we had achieved. So that was it. Unfortunately, on this day I didn't have enough to fill up the whole space, so I think I went through halfway through grouting. Then we had to get some more. It didn't look like it was going to take that much, but we ended up using 4 boxes of grout, which is fairly expensive because it's this nice new grout that they are using these days. But it was grouting very well. It looked very nice. Even soon after applying, you could see the difference. It was really beautiful. So that was it there, grouting, but we didn't finish on the same day. Now it was time for the asphalt, where we were filling in the gaps where we kind of damaged when we were driving the diggers, and also when we were kind of sorting out our slabs. So this one is a cold lay, so you can just lay it without needing to hit it. So it was quite an easy one actually. Just fill it into the gaps, then you just compact it. I had a banner I used as well, just to make it a little bit easier, but it's not a necessity with this type of asphalt. It can be laid whilst cold. So there you go, look at it, normal asphalt, and then compacting using the manual compactor. I don't want to use my heavy duty compactor there just because it was just too close to the slabs and it might have caused some damage. So I had to use the manual one, which was still very good enough. As the end product will report to you on the video, it really worked very well. So on this other day, it was now the finishing where I was going through the lines, checking the spots which were missed out, and I had to do it the manual way, making sure, rubbing it in with the float. So yeah, I really put in a lot in there. We used actually another box just for filling in the gaps, which was quite unexpected, because it was meant to be just a few lines, but I ended up using the whole box. But anyway, it ended up very, very nice. It looked very nice on the eye, and it looked sharp as well when you're looking at the end product. And there you have it. That was the final product. You know, you just feel so good when you look at your product at the end, after all that hard work, hard labor, and trying to imagine what it would look like at the end. But look at that. So pleased with the end product. The customer was very chuffed with it. We still have to cut some nice lines at the end just to shape it nicely, but look at that. This was really the fruits of our hard labor. It was so pleasing to the soul and to the mind. This was really nice. We really enjoyed this one. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this project. This is the end of the project, though I still have some small cuts to do at the end just to shape it nicely towards the edge. But this is how it looked at the end. After all that hard work you saw from the beginning to the end, this to me was so pleasing. It was so pleasing. Look at the grout that we put at the end just to give it that nice little finish, and also along the walls of the house. Along the house, look at that thin line of grout. Yeah, this is something. When you finish a project, you feel like, oh, this hard work is really worth it. You enjoy, you just feel like you're smiling from inside out. This is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one.